This is my output sheet for Standard 8-6 Indicator 1. Explain the reasons for the United States involvement in World War I and the war's impact on South Carolina and the nation as a whole, including the building of new military bases and the economic impact of immigration to industrial jobs in the North. So there were several events leading up to the war for the United States. First, the U.S. was allied with Great Britain because of trade. Also, the U.S. gave many loans to allied countries. Trade with Germany was limited due to the British blockade. In 1915, German U-boats sunk the Lusitania, which angered many United States citizens. Also, around this time, Russia replaces its monarch with a republic, which allowed the U.S. to work with the Allied forces more closely. And finally, the Zimmermann Note between Germany and Mexico pushed the United States into war. In 1970, when Germany started unrestricted U-boat warfare, President Wilson asked Congress to declare war on Germany and issued his 14 points. America entered the war in 1917, and the American Expeditionary Force played a large role in deflecting the last push of Germans. Armistice Day was in 1918. This was the end of the fighting. There were several ways that South Carolina played a big role in World War I. We had several military bases that were built during this time: Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina, Camp Sevier in Greenville, South Carolina, and Parris Island. President Wilson had lived in Columbia during his teen years and made sure that South Carolina got some of the World War I economic gains. So that was a good thing for South Carolina. We had both black and white citizens serve in World War I, and they came back patriotic, so the war led to a new sense of nationalism in South Carolina. However, the black World War I soldiers came back to a lot of racism and segregation. So overall, they did not see many social gains from their participation in World War I. The economy of South Carolina was stimulated, however, from World War I, and we saw a resurgence in patriotism and nationalism. Doesn't change.